Hello, writers. Today we're going to talk a little bit about craft and about when it's okay to break the rules, especially grammar rules. I'm a stickler for grammar, and yet I know that sometimes I choose to violate certain rules or maybe bend them. Grammar rules are there for a reason. They're like the rules of the game that we all play by so that we can all work together. In its truest sense, grammar is there to serve the reader so that they can understand what's going on. That's the point of all the grammar rules. Although sometimes they might seem like they're getting in the way. So today I'm going to talk about one of the rules that I know that skilled writers often flout with intention, and that is writing sentence fragments. Now, you may have had fragments marked down in papers when you were learning to write, and that is true. We need to know the rules and embody them before we can choose to violate them. And if I see someone who's writing sentence fragments without a clear intention or effect, then it will drive me nuts. However, many of the writers I really like use sentence fragments very effectively. So by putting a sentence fragment, let's just define it. It's something that's punctuated as a sentence, begins with a capital, ends with a period, but it's missing the subject verb, so it doesn't stand on its own as a sentence. It's a fragment, incomplete. When I run into one in a text, it may often make me stop and look and read back to see, did I miss the subject or did I miss the verb? What's going on here? So used without intention or used carelessly, sentence fragments will confuse the reader. They'll be thinking, wait, what did I miss here? And read over. And I don't like having to read a sentence twice unless there's some payback for it. But that very fact of making me stop and pay attention is also part of what sentence fragments can do for your writing. You can put something in a fragment to really draw attention to it in an artistic way and to break up the rhythm of a piece. For example, one of my favorite writers about writing, William Zinsser, uses a sentence fragment in his book on writing well. He writes, "You should give as much thought to choosing your last sentence as you did to your first." Well, almost as much. The fragment there adds emphasis and a bit of humor. Sentence fragments are often used in more literary writing. Cormac McCarthy uses sentence fragments effectively in his novel The Road. Here's an example that begins with a full sentence and proceeds to fragments. He studied what he could see, the segments of road down there among dead trees, looking for anything of color, any movement, any trace of standing smoke. The fragments offer variety of rhythm. They also give a sense of state of mind of the person narrating. Try to explore. If you're a real rule follower, as I am in most cases with my writing, it can be liberating to experiment with sentence fragments. Try writing a couple paragraphs describing a beautiful place or a powerful experience that you had, and include at least one sentence fragment. Use it to break up the rhythm of the piece or to really highlight something important. Play with it and see what the effect is when you read the work aloud. Will you be confusing the reader? That's something you don't want to do. But will you be drawing attention to something really wonderful? That you might want to do. So try it. Let me know what you think.